Deconverted Man here. This is a very interesting find that I found thanks to Gadsad's talk with Janice Flamingo that he just produced recently. I have the link to that video in the description of this video. But of course, I did further research to find the actual paper that was being referred to. And so I found that scientific publication and I found a book that goes into more detail about it. So the question that I've seen and heard many times from other atheists and skeptics has been, do these people really believe these lies? Do the creationists really believe that stuff? Do the theists or the apologists really believe this? Aren't they liars? Aren't they just conning people to get money? Now they might be. There's no way to know for sure, but it seems like if the question is, are people self-deceiving themselves? Are they believing their own lies? The answer is yes. And this paper might go into explaining how this has happened. So we can self-deceive ourselves, but why is that a thing that we can do? And so the paper and the book, of course, go into far greater detail than the simple summary that God Sod provided, or that I'm going to provide in this video, which is that self-deception evolved perhaps in regards to the other person. So in order to deceive them, that requires you giving off no clues. So if you believe the deception yourself, then you're more likely to deceive them. So if you believe the lie and you say the lie, they can't tell it's a lie because you're not giving off any hint that it's not true. So that's the development of it was an effort to manipulate somebody into doing something for you, and you're like, oh, look, painting my fence is really fun, but you don't believe that. They look at you, they can kind of tell through various signals or what have you, that you're not really being honest. Facial expressions, body language, although how much you can tell from body language or facial expressions is something that in and of itself is a whole nother complex, kettle of fish on whether that works or not, or to what degree it works. But regardless, I think that it is the case that we can, there are certain tells. Somebody is lying, that they might look a certain way or whatever. They'll try to hide their eyes. They'll try to, of course, poker players are famous for this. They'll basically just cover up as much of their face as possible, so so that they give nothing away. uh, which is funny because I think the opposite is a better way. I think that you make it seem like your bad hands are good, and then when you get the good hands, then you also are having a good hand, so they can tell nothing. But at any rate, if you believe the lie, then there's no chance that somebody else will think that you're lying, at least from your facial expressions or body language, or any other hints that you might give off. Uh, and I think so that should answer our question. Whenever we ask that, we should assume the answer is yes. But does this person really know that this? Don't they really know that it's not true? And of course, there's a there's a possibility that yes, they know it's bullshit. But I think that given this scientific paper, I think that we might err on the side of evolution and say actually, yeah, they do believe this stuff, and maybe some of it they don't, but they believe enough of it, that yeah, whatever they don't believe is inconsequential. They've tricked themselves so that they can more easily trick others. And of course, now they're so tricked that they've tricked themselves so well that they couldn't tell you that it was a lie because it doesn't seem like a lie anymore to them. Perhaps at first they started out knowing that they were lying, but as they said it more and more times, and they started to believe it themselves. Um, So anyways, so I think that that's an interesting, very interesting thing to note and to keep in mind when dealing with bizarre claims that people make. And it doesn't have to be limited to religious stuff, of course, because people will make all sorts of claims. It's like, do you really believe that? I mean, come on, somebody selling you a car. Oh, my grandma drove this, every other Sunday to church. I actually got told that once. I was like, no, that's, even if that's true, that you don't say that. That's like a thing, that is an example of a lie to avoid. So even if it was true, you shouldn't say it. So I just couldn't believe the guy because of that story. And, subsequently didn't get that car. Plus it had other problems with it that my friend was able to point out, but it didn't matter. Even if I hadn't had my friend with him, there was no way I was getting that car after that story. So, because it's the exact story that you're not supposed to believe. So yes, the people that are saying the lie more often, well, I don't want to say more often than not, but I think that due to evolution, it might be that more often than not, indeed, they do believe their own lies. They have self-deceived themselves in order to better deceive others. So uh, check out all the links I have. I have links to the paper. If you can't afford that paper, I've waited to see it for free. I have other links that if you're interested in finding other scientific things for free, you can check those out. And then what's called this unpaid wall to find even more scientific papers for free. And so all of that, you should bookmark those pages. They might change, of course. Some of these things may or may not be too stable. Who knows? I think that they're all legal as far as I understand it. I wouldn't, knowingly put up something that would get you in trouble. But I think that this stuff should be free. But of course, if you can afford it, then yeah, and you think it's worth, giving money to, I'm not sure who, but then yes, do pay for it if you can. But anyway, so all that's in the description. Check it out. And let's just try to keep in mind this answer to this question of, do they really believe in the nonsense um, that they're spouting? And I cut to the quick. Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. If they believe in it, they believe in the nonsense. You know, um, and that's it. That's all I had to say. So check out all the descriptions and stuff. Thanks for watching.